Other nations had been racing ahead on clean energy. We were still addicted to foreign oil when I came into office. So even as we've worked to put people back to work in the short run, we've also been trying to work to change some of these long-term trends to make sure that we're laying the foundation for future success. We work to rebuild our economy on a stronger foundation for growth. And in slow and steady ways, that work's paying off. We believe that we could ship fewer jobs overseas, start bringing new jobs to our shores instead. So we retooled the American auto industry. Today, we're on track to sell more cars and trucks this year than we have in over a decade. We invested in American manufacturing. And after a decade of decline, thanks to some of the steps we took, thanks to the support of folks like Tammy Baldwin, Ron Kine, we've added nearly 900,000 new manufacturing jobs. Manufacturing is actually growing faster than the rest of the economy. We believed we could prepare our kids for a more competitive world. And today our high school graduation rate has hit an all-time high. More Americans finish college than ever before. We believed we could reduce our dependence on foreign oil and do a better job of protecting the planet. Today, America is number one in the traditional fuels, oil and gas, but we're also number one in wind. We generate more than 20 times as much solar electricity as we did in 2008. And thanks to lower gas prices and us setting standards to double fuel efficiency on cars, the typical family is on pace to save about $700 at the pump this year. We extended tax cuts for 98% of Americans and 97% of small businesses. And yes, we asked the wealthiest Americans, who have been doing better than everybody else, not just relatively, but absolutely, we asked them to pay a little bit more to help bring down the deficit. We put in place the toughest Wall Street reform in history. That's protecting Main Street from another crisis if folks start acting reckless on Wall Street. As I already mentioned, health reform means the uninsured rate in America is now the lowest on record. You know, I have these vague recollections of when Republicans were saying Obamacare would kill jobs and crush freedom and bring about death panels. Turns out we're still celebrating the 4th of July. The only difference is another 16 million Americans can celebrate it with health care. That's what we're celebrating. The Republic survived. By one leading measure, what business owners pay out in wages and salaries is now growing faster than what they spend on health care, and that's the first time that's happened since the 1990s. So not only are more people getting health care, but because we've slowed the growth of health care costs, businesses have more money left over to start giving raises to their workers. That's good for everybody. I just want to play back the tape. I want to play back the tape because we were told all these measures were going to destroy jobs and explode the deficit. Remember that? Remember when Republicans promised to bring unemployment down to 6% by 2017? So we've got a record streak of private sector job growth. We've cut the deficit by 2/3. Our stock market has more than doubled, restoring 401ks for millions of families. This is progress. Step by step, America's moving forward. Middle class economics works. It works. Yes. But we still got more work to do. As Will Rogers once said, even if you're on the right track, you'll still get run over if you just sit there. You got to keep running. So the question we got to keep asking ourselves is, where do we go from here? Because we still have choices. Will we drift toward an economy where only a few of us do very well and everybody else is still scrapping, struggling to get by? That's not the right way to do it. Or will we keep working towards an economy where everybody who works hard has a chance to succeed? You know, and over the next year and a half, you're going to hear a lot of pitches from a lot of people. They're going to deny that any progress has been made.